Alright, boys. I'm going to be doing a little rant video here, so if you're not a huge fan of negativity, then click off. But this is basically about the new Brood being shit, but more so than just that, because this issue extends to a lot of heroes as of this patch. The Courier being shit. So, briefly, talking about Brood, because I'll probably do a more extensive video as I play a little bit more of her and try to really understand the fine-tunings of why I think she's kind of bad right now. Um, all of her items that she wants to become powerful require the courier now. And that's no short assessment. I mean, like Soul Ring, Medallion, if you're going to go Radiance, you can go Radiance, and that requires either the courier or you to walk all the way back to your secret shop. But more aptly, if you're going like Mask of Madness, requires the courier now. Basically, any item that you want out of an offlaner now requires the courier, unless it's a blade mail. Regular brown boots, you can't even really get boots of phase anymore from the side shop. You have to get blades of attack from the main shop. But yeah, any other item beyond just blade mail, brown boots, and a blink dagger requires the main courier use. And talking about that, uh, I think the problem stems from mostly the side shop nerfs, and then that coincides with like well, no, that doesn't really coincide with anything. I think they buffed the courier's movement speed ever so slightly. The 30 movement speed, let's be clear, it's not that much, and that's actually only on its ground speed. It only got a 20 movement speed buff when it's a flying courier. Um, it's great, I guess, that it's going to be sniped a lot less often, right? With the movement speed buff, it'll be a little bit more difficult to snipe, I guess I should say. It's not necessarily going to be sniped less often because I'm sure that you can play around the movement speed. If it got like a health buff of like 50, then it gets sniped a lot less often because it required 2 auto attacks by like literally everybody. Rickies and bounty hunters couldn't just one shot it. But the flying couriers is the real issue here, and that is that it doesn't move at hasted movement speed. And I would go as far as to say that the flying courier should move at 650 movement speed, maybe even 700. And that is because it takes so goddamn long for you to get any items that you ever wanted, which is every single item now because you can't get anything off the side shop. And you can't just buy a second courier. That's another big deal is you can't just buy another courier. Um, in a game. Like two couriers would be the meta right now because of how overloaded the current courier is. Like it's so impossible to get any items that you'd ever want, and you can't do anything about it. You can't just buy another courier. You can't just um, you know you can't just keep walking back to base. I guess I don't know if that's like the meta now is just walking back to base or something like that, but you just can't do shit. You're screwed. You go in a lane. I'll demonstrate it now. So you buy your stupid courier, you gotta wait 600 minutes, I guess, for you to buy another courier. It's chilling there. Let's just turn on WTF and give myself a blink dagger here. Oops. Oh my god. Do I have cheats off? I do have cheats off, don't I? Yeah, I do. Well, rip. But regardless, you're chilling. You're in your lane. You try to start every item of the Soul Ring recipe that you can, but you just don't have enough gold. So no matter what, you'll never be able to afford the Soul Ring recipe, or you'll never be able to buy your Soul Ring from the side shop. All you're ever really doing is just making the item cheaper for yourself in the long run, which probably isn't even worth it. You can't get a Stout Shield from the side shop, which I actually think was a good change, but the only change that was probably good out of it. Still can't get a medallion, and now medallion requires 2 components, so you have to wait even longer before you can even fly your courier out because you can't get Sage's Mask from the side shop. And yeah, like you just can't get anything from the side shop anymore. So the courier is overloaded, right? So again, getting back to this issue, I'm kind of getting in a circular mode here. So I'll try to branch out and be a little bit more specific as to what my true issues are here. So you're like, okay, well, just use the courier more often or communicate more with your team. That's all this patch is. It's just more communication. That's all it is. You just got to talk more with your team when they're using the courier. That's going to become a mechanic, and you're just going to have to play around it. Well, I'd love for that to be a mechanic that I could play around, except for the fact that it just takes too long. Like, it just, and I know this sounds like a stupid first world consumerist society bullshit, whatever, but I'm not even joking. Like, it just genuinely takes too long. This is a land courier. You'll have to wait for 3 minutes for it to upgrade automatically, but it literally just takes way too long for the courier to go to and fro, such that you have 5 people that are constantly like, he wants sentry wards and regular wards and smoke and dust and stuff like that. This guy wants like components for his Mask of Madness. This guy wants his bottle and his boots because he's mid lane, and so he needs literally everything because there's no side shop available for him. I want my Soul Ring. I want my Medallion of Courage. And suddenly you have four people that all want items, and they're starting to they synchronize in timings a little bit, and you've got to like, oh wait, let me put this on the courier because I can't get it from the side shop anymore. Oh wait, let me get that on the courier because I don't have a side shop available to me. Oh wait, let me get this on the courier because wards aren't available from the side shop. And all of a sudden you've got five people that need the courier at the same time, and it's just impossible to get your items. So your timings get delayed, right? This is one of the implications of it. Your timings get delayed. An item that was supposed to be in your inventory at 4 minutes is now a 6 or 7 minute timing item. And the power, right? The power spike of a 6 minute timing item that should have been in your inventory at 4 minutes is a lot less. So the item means a lot less. So this item that you spent this whole time rushing and trying to build up to is now doing a lot less for you because you couldn't hit that powerful timing. And when I say powerful timing, let's be abundantly clear. I'm not trying to imply that items literally have a certain time window in which they are 50 to 60% more effective, literally. But I mean that figuratively, right? Like, obviously, if I get an item at like Radiance at 15 minutes, it's going to be more impactful than if I were to get it at 25 minutes. I'm not trying to say that the item is literally just outright better, right? It's not like buy this item sub 15 minutes and it gains 40 damage for 5 minutes. No, that's not like the literal implications, but hopefully you understand, as somebody who also probably plays Dota if you're watching my videos, that an item like Radiance or an item like Soul Ring or an item like Medallion of Courage have specific windows of time that they're significantly more powerful. If I get my Soul Ring quicker, that means I can spam out spiders quicker and get my spider army going quicker, and therefore I can pressure the safe lane quicker. Same thing with Medallion of Courage. If I can get my Medallion of Courage quicker, I can create solo kill opportunities quicker, which inadvertently significantly increases my ability to apply pressure to the safe lane. And same thing with Radiance. And honestly, it's the same thing with literally any single item that you can imagine that you used to be able to purchase from the side shop and now you can't. I'm not trying to make this video as like a call out to Valve or something like that they need to reinstate all their changes, because I understand to some degree why they made some of the changes that they did. I do think communication was a big part of it, and I do think that the Valve wants to make the courier a more integral part, like just team communication surrounding the courier, no less, more integral part of the game. And I kind of like that change, to be abundantly clear. I just wish they'd give us more tools to work around with it, right? I wish that instead of having to wait a century for the courier to get to me when what the fuck are these kids doing? I wish instead of having to wait a literal century for the courier to get to me, and thank God it's got a shield now, right? So I do appreciate that change. But they took away the speed boost, and I'm not saying the speed boost was an integral part of the old courier, although the super old courier, their speed boost was something that was really good because it lasted for like 20 seconds. Now you don't get any speed boost on your courier. It's just constantly floating around at 450 movement speed. Takes 5 fucking years for it to get anywhere, and nobody can get anything. And so you're just kind of like left, naked for 5 minutes while your team constantly bickers to and fro from the courier. I'm not joking when I say this courier or this patch is defensive of the couriers, because it's literally just become the game has degraded to, can I get the courier now? Can I get the courier now? Can I get the courier now? And I wish I could buy my own courier to solve these issues myself, but I can't, because they changed that too. I can't buy it, even if because they're afraid of griefers or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, that's my rant on the courier and kind of Broodmother a little bit. Hopefully this gets somebody at Valve so we can see some changes. Thank you very much for watching.